Your car's high-tech smart features could be slowly breaking it down from the inside. Modern modifications are making engines, batteries, and even transmissions last less long because of things like broken electronics and too sophisticated gear systems. Most drivers don't understand this until they're stuck. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel for future updates. Let's look at 17 automotive features that make them less reliable and cost you more than they save. 17. Start-stop systems. The silent starter killer. It seems like start-stop systems work well. When you stop at a light, the engine shuts off to save gas, and when you push the gas, it starts up again. But the truth is that every cycle beats up your starter motor, drains your battery, and cuts off your engine's oil pressure. If you do that hundreds of times a week, you're speeding up the wear on the parts that keep your car running. Some engines go through more than 100,000 restart cycles in just a few years. That's mechanical torture that looks like it's good for the environment. Starters wear out, batteries run out of power quickly, cold starts turn into nightmares. And what about the fuel savings? Maybe $80 a year, but it goes away when your $300 battery dies. This feature wasn't made for you. It was made so that car companies could meet emissions rules. If your automobile has it, turn it off. If it doesn't, you can buy a memory module that will remember to do it. It will make your engine last longer. 16. Electronic gear selectors, style over safety. What never confused anyone? A standard gear lever. We have buttons, dials, and toggles that work like puzzles when all you want to do is park or merge. Fiat Chrysler had to call back about 1 million cars because its sleek e-shifters caused rollaways, collisions, and even deaths. The drivers assumed they had parked the automobile, but they hadn't. Everything depends on sensors, modules, and software because there is no physical connection. If you spill your coffee, blow a fuse, or lose battery power, you're stuck. Futuristic is what designers call them. Mechanics say they don't work right. What about drivers? They call for a tow truck. 15. Electronic parking brakes, ready to go. Do you remember when the parking brake was a lever you pulled and felt it work? Now there's a button that you push to set and push to release, but only until it stops working. Electronic parking brakes use tiny motors in the calipers that talk to the computer in your car. Congratulations, your wheels are now permanently locked if a motor burns out, a sensor goes wrong, or your battery runs out of power. It might be winter salt, faulty wiring, or a weak battery. You can't shake it loose or let it go by hand like you could with the old cords. To get your car out of a parking spot, you'll need a tow, a trip to the dealer, and maybe even a $1,500 repair. This is yet another case of technology taking the place of simplicity and adding failure points that didn't need to be there. 14. Cylinder deactivation, saves fuel, kills engine. It sounds smart on paper to turn off cylinders when traveling. In actuality, it's one of the worst reliability features that has ever been made. GM's Active Fuel Management AFM and Chrysler's MDS technologies turn off cylinders when you don't need them and turn them back on when you do. That continuous switching makes everything wear out unevenly, breaks lifters, and damages valves. This trait causes many engines to break down before they reach 60,000 miles, and the repairs can cost thousands of dollars. Even if they don't break down completely, they start burning oil like a bonfire. The savings on gas, not much. The risk, huge. If your engine makes a ticking or rattling sound while you're driving, it's your wallet's way of asking for help. 13. Push button ignition, a useful feature that can kill. The key used to be a simple piece of metal that turned your car on and off. It's a button now, and that button has caused more trouble than anyone wants to admit. Push-button ignition systems rely on sensors and wireless communications that can break or confuse the system. Drivers have tragically parked their cars, forgotten to push off, and left them running, silently filling garages with carbon monoxide. Not only can keys break, but so do gadgets. If you lose your key fob, your automobile will be a brick. The new one? You can't start the automobile until it has been reprogrammed, which costs $400 or more. It is sold as a luxury. In actuality, it's just another dependency, one button away from calamity. 12. Small engines with turbochargers. Power up today, blow up tomorrow. Turbos made small engines strong but also weak. The new 1.5 liter or 2.0 liter turbo has to work twice as hard as the old normally aspirated engines. They operate hotter, under higher pressure, and need oil that stays clean all the time. If you neglect an oil change or buy a poor filter, you'll have to buy a new turbo. Common adverse effects include carbon buildup, broken seals, and wear on the timing chain. Yes, they are fun to drive, but if you ask any mechanic, they'll tell you that the boosted engines never make it beyond 300,000 miles. Turbo power wears off quickly, but maintenance costs persist forever. 11. Direct injection engines, where precision meets carbon chaos. Direct injection promised cleaner, more efficient burning. Instead, it developed a secret enemy, carbon buildup on the intake valves. Because fuel no longer flows over the valves, soot and oil vapors slowly block the flow of air. What happened? Every 50,000 miles, there are misfires, power loss, and expensive cleaning. Manufacturers tried to remedy the problems with dual injection, catch cans, and software tweaks, but nothing equals the simplicity of port fuel injection. You might not be able to see the damage, but your engine feels it every mile. 10. Idle stop start batteries, AGM and EFB. Weak links built in. Car producers had to make special batteries, including AGM and EFB, because of start-stop technology. They cost more, are heavier, and wear out faster when they are restarted all the time. These batteries don't offer you subtle indications like traditional lead-acid batteries do. They just stop working overnight. If you add heat, vibration, or don't drive it often, you'll have to buy new ones every 2 years. Replacing batteries all the time while saving gas. That's not efficiency, that's irony. 9. Wipers and headlights that turn on automatically. Automatic lights and wipers seem like a good idea until they do everything wrong. Did the rain sensor get dirty? The wipers go crazy. Are you driving in fog? The headlights go off. Small cameras and sensors are always guessing what you need, and they often get it wrong. When they break, you lose basic safety features that used to be foolproof. A manual switch never got confused, it just worked. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel for future updates. 8. Active grills and aero flaps. Cooling gone wrong. Automakers enjoy aerodynamic tactics, such shutters that open and close to save gas. But when those plastic actuators break, and they do, they become stuck and make your engine too hot. You won't know until your temperature indicator goes up. It can cost more to replace them than the gas they saved. A little drag is preferable than having a head gasket blow out. 7. Smart keys and proximity locks, digital nightmares. If you lose your key fob, you're stuck. Thieves will have an easy time if you leave it in the car. Smart keys send out signals all the time, which hackers adore. Signal boosters can make a copy of your fob from across the parking lot. What happened? Your car unlocks itself for the wrong person. You can wrap your fob in foil or buy an RFID bag, but that's just a quick fix for a lousy design. You could never hack old school keys. You could only lose them. 6. Automatic emergency braking. Good idea, bad implementation. Automatic braking can save lives, but it can also break your bumper when it stops for shadows. Fog, grime, or sunlight might mislead the sensors, and all of a sudden you're stopping in the middle of traffic. In principle, it's a terrific idea, but these systems only work when everything is perfect. They can become dangerous if the weather, wear, or misalignment is bad. Don't trust your radar, trust your gut. 5. Adaptive cruise control, a security system that doesn't work. Adaptive cruise control seems high-tech until it stops for a ghost car or won't start again. It stops dead when bugs or snow cover the sensors. It's one of those things that works most of the time, but scares you the rest of the time. Cruise control that isn't smart is still reliable. 4. Buttons that respond to touch, the future that no one wanted. Capacitive buttons seem nice until your gloves, sweat, or dust gets in the way. You don't just get a click, you also get random sounds and missing inputs. You can get a new button for $20 when the old one breaks. If a touch panel breaks, you have to replace half of the dashboard. You shouldn't have to push harder to change a song to make progress. 3. Updates over the air, success or failure. Modern cars are like computers on wheels. They update all the time, much like smartphones. But those fixes don't always work and can make things worse. If you install a poor software patch, your infotainment, sensors, or cameras could stop working overnight. You can't stop the updates from happening. You can only hope they don't break your automobile as you sleep. Reliability used to mean hardware. Everything depends on Wi-Fi now. 2. Auto stop shifters and brake hold systems. The brake hold and auto shift capabilities are there to make driving easier. You can stay stopped without tapping the pedal, but if the sensors get it wrong, the system either releases too soon or won't disengage. If something goes wrong, your car either moves forward or not at all. These features are great until you have to explain to a tow crew why your smart automobile won't move an inch. Infotainment systems that are too complicated are the cause of all problems. The thing that makes things the least reliable is behind your screen. Now, infotainment systems manage everything from the seat heaters to the drive modes. One frozen update and half of your automobile stops working. They consume batteries, crash navigation, and even slow down in high-end brands. The funny thing, the more connected your car gets, the less it works when you really need it to. What used to be a machine for life is now a test of deliberate obsolescence. Remember this rule if you want things to last. Simple things last, software doesn't. Keep your car analog when you can and take good care of it. It will last for decades.